Hi guys, and this is me, 𝘞𝘀'𝘀 again with another video for you guys. And I was thinking about what today's topics will be about, and I was recently thinking about energy, and I was watching a lot of 𝗴𝗶 Hicks videos. If you don't know who 𝗴𝗶 Hicks is, go look it up. And it's all about manifestation and, how to improve our lives or receive that which we desire. But I was also thinking about the other day on the weekend where I literally took a whole day off and a half to go off my phone, off the internet, and just clear my mind because I felt like I had a lot of negative clutter. So this video is all about energy and about focusing on what we don't want versus what we do want. So basically, I took the whole day off and a half because I was feeling like I was getting stuck in this negative cycle of thinking about all the things that weren't working out in my life. And I'm quite self-aware, so I notice these things a lot, and usually I'm quite good at kind of reframing it or noticing them and then kind of letting go. So it's all about self-awareness. That's the key. That's the key to anything, I think, is because the more we know about ourselves, the more we know about how we function, in here, but also how we feel in here is going to make the difference. So when we talk about energy, it's about what are we putting out there into the world. So you know how some people say if you put good into the world, you receive good into the world. And I want to take it further to what we believe in is what we receive. So imagine a mirror and we are looking into this mirror and you see yourself, right? So the mirror reflects to you, what you see. Because and it's also how you perceive yourself in the mirror. Because when you look into the mirror and you see yourself, it's what are you focusing on, right? So let's say I would look into the mirror and I might notice, I know my hair, let's say, oh, I've washed my hair, it looks so nice, right? Someone else might look into the mirror and they might notice, oh, my nose is wonky or something, right? So it's, what are we focusing on? And because that thing is going to make the difference. That thing is going to be our reality. That thing is, going to be what we see and what we perceive and how we feel about ourselves. So if you're looking, I could be the same person looking into that mirror, and just because I'm looking at my hair doesn't mean I'm not, that the nose isn't existing, right? The nose still is there. It's just that my focus is on the hair. And it's the same thing in life, where where we put our focus is what we create. So today's all about energy, and energy is I guess what we put out there, but it's also what we believe in. So everything is energy. I know it's hard to imagine everything is energy, everything is a vibration, everything in this world is perceived, right, by us. We see it, we pass on our energy between all these things, and it comes down to how we think about them, because the feelings, I believe, come from those thoughts about something. If you have a pen and you don't, you just bought it in the shop, you might not really care much if you lose this pen. But if it's something someone gave to you, and maybe it's this, a simple pen, it doesn't have to be a fancy pen, but the whole value that you put on this pen is going to make a difference of how you interact with this pen. And so the pen hasn't changed, right? It could be the exact same pen in the shop that, you could have bought a pen like this yesterday, but the next day, someone that you love gives you the exact same pen because they bought it in the exact same shop. It's it's very similar, right? It's not a big difference, but yet it makes a big difference to you because of how you perceive it to be. So when I say everything is a reflection of you, the world is that mirror. The world reflects back to you who you are, right? So what I've noticed is that on the weekend or on Friday, it was getting to me, and I was really, really focused on all the things not working out in my life. And I had this also this other urge in me, inside of me, wanting to change things, but I was unhappy, right? So this is key. The feeling is a sign. So because I feel bad about, wanting to change something about my life, and then feeling bad about it means the thought is that I'm not there yet, right? So I started focusing on all the things that weren't working out in my life. And so I felt even worse. And so I had to be like, right, I'm getting too far into this rabbit hole of focusing on the negative, because then the world reflecting back to me and saying, yeah, you're not there, right? Because I'm still in this moment. But in this moment, I'm feeling like I'm not there. And so I'm seeing that around me. But if I step back and I reframe my thinking and create a new energy within me, with creating a new thought about the situation. So that's why I guess I'm reflecting to Abraham Hicks' video now, is you got to feel it first before you see any outcomes or results. So you got to feel it. You got to get into that state of feeling good before you can receive that thing. Because if you're not feeling good inside, you can't see that result, that you want, you desire. So for me, if I keep focusing on all the things that aren't working in my life, I'm just going to look for or see that reflected back to me. Then, but if I start looking at it from a point of view that I'm excited to see, change. If I came from that place of excitement, so see, I was feeling a lot of lack there, and I was kind of feeling really negative and upset about the fact that, that I've got this urge, but nothing's happening. But if I felt that urge of let's change something, and I felt this let's do this, then I would be more likely to then create opportunities from a place of love, excitement, joy. But if I'm focusing on putting out the energy or feeling that energy, those feelings of negativity inside that nothing's working out, then I'm going to create the complete opposite. So I had to take a 1 day off, a day and a half, so that I could just step away from those looping feeling thoughts that I was having. I had to detach from those feelings and thoughts, because if I kept thinking that, I'd feel even worse and worse. And it was getting to the point where I was getting really teary-eyed and triggered, right? So that's an aha moment, is when you're feeling triggered to the point where you're getting teary-eyed, and it kind of, and you can't even explain anymore, and you just feel agitated by everyone, and whatever anyone says, you just start crying again. That's when it's hang on, take a step back. You're at that point where even trying to transform your thoughts isn't going to work, because you're focusing on trying to fix yourself. And when you come from a place of lack, so fixing yourself comes from a place of lack. It's when you feel that you're not good enough, and you lacking because you don't have that thing that you want. That's when you get stuck, right? So you just gotta take a break and allow yourself to cut yourself off for a bit, so that you can then recharge again and feel better. So for me, I had to do that in order to have the thoughts subside. And now I'm feeling much more positive about the future and started creating a vision board because I'm more excited now. So with energy, to sum up, it's all about, how you're approaching things, and that everything else is a reflection of your life. So be self-aware of your thoughts. Are you actually focusing on what you don't have in your life, or if this situation isn't working out, or if that situation, or what you'd like different, and create more of like thoughts, not exactly thoughts that will, replace that being like, oh, everything's great, but I'm looking at ways to improve. So it's all about that self-awareness. And so I would like to encourage you to, to take those steps to self-awareness. Just hit the like button, comment below, and come join me on Instagram, where I go deeper into my personal growth journey, and we can talk more there. So thank you so much, guys. Love, peace, namaste. There we go. And see you guys soon.